a great interview, but it's not often that you get those. You know, so I always wonder that what am I not doing as a journalist that I should be doing to have more really engaging conversations? What do you do?
You know, I think that as much if the actors are to blame that they don't speak candidly and freely, I think that we have to take responsibility for it. I think that we tend not to create engaging conversations. I think that the media tends to just ask similar questions. We're not. Again, I think it's funny. It's both parties equally responsible. You know, when you talk about films, they don't want to talk. A lot of actors don't want to talk about too much about films because they probably don't. A lot of them don't know very much about the films that they've made. They've not watched the film before. Just like us, they haven't watched the film either. Most of them will tell you, you need to watch the film for this. But then you're left to ask questions about your life, and invariably that will involve questions about one's personal life and romance, which they don't want to talk about either. So you're really kind of stuck in a situation where they don't really want to talk at all. I mean, invariably the question they want to answer is, what were the moments you remember from the making of this film?
I think so,
for the longest time, I was asked question like 5-6 years ago. I was asked the question, who would you think be the next generation star, Deepika or Sonam? I'm like, me. They're like, come on, you're very funny. Tell us the answer. I'm like, me. Why not me? So like, no, we want a serious answer. I'm like, okay. So you know, so they're all very predictable questions, and some of them can get very hurtful also.
But I think there's one thing that I've observed is whenever I watch a lot of these interviews being done, so there is something which is going on in the current affairs. So let's take something in which Mr. Rajiv Mashran was also involved. So you will have different sort of interviews. So even if there is a chautha of some person happening, and then there is celebrities attending that, even then there will go ki, "Acha, aapka AIB roast pe kya ho gaye?" So I think, you know, that is something which makes me wonder. And another fascinating visual example of this would be whenever I go to airport. So airport has unfortunately become the only place to buy books and magazines and everything. And you see this wall of magazines put there. So you have magazines ranging from India Today to Newsweek to architecture, and even a magazine on architecture and window paint designing has a Bollywood celebrity on its cover page. And I wonder, so I saw a one-page ad where we had Hritik's biceps representing architecture and iron ore steel exhibition that was happening. So I mean, I wonder that where are the successful people? I mean, I'm sure C.N.R. Rao, who is a physicist, he's a celebrity in his own circuit. There are many people who are, but I think वो मेरे पिताजी कहते थे कि इंडिया में सिर्फ 3 तरह के लोग जाने जाते हैं, नेता, अभिनेता और क्रिकेटर. इसके अलावा कुछ बनोगे तो nobody will know you. So I think, you know, there is some moment of truth in that.
I also think that, to be fair, that's changing. You know, occasionally, as the Kangana interview on your show proved, when you go with great questions, when you go prepared to have a good interview, they will come. And I think that the actors and talent, Bollywood talent, is actually hungry to have intelligent conversations now. I know we occasionally do the round tables, the Bollywood round tables, and
which Kangana,
it's interesting because the first year we did actors, we did directors, we did writers, we did everything but actresses, because you know that you're not going to get 4 actresses together. And then the next year, it is a cliche. So the next year I said, let's give it a shot. And the first call we made was Kangana, and she said yes. I was like, great, that's 1 down, 3 to go. And it was amazing. We actually got Vidya and Deepika and Nimrat, and it was great, which really we didn't anticipate. It's also, I know it's the cliche, but there is some truth in that. You rarely get 4 actresses who are willing to sit there and talk about their careers and their process. And the great thing was that conversation was not about their personal lives. It was about their process, their ambitions, the direction they want to take their career. And so I think that is changing. And then we've done it again. We did it again the next year. So clearly it is changing.
I think your episode with Kangana had the first mover advantage. I think that was the first time that an interview was happening where an actress was able to make fun of ki, then there is one line, even if you're half asleep, you can go, anyone in the world. Throughout this country's corners are rooting for that honesty, and they can see through you, and that's what they admire. And it was the first time.
Arnab, you talked about, Hritik's biceps selling whatever it was selling. So the truth is that actors and actresses are now they're just required for everything, and access to you is so critical for all 3 of us. Like I said, what are the ethical implications of that? Can we afford to piss Kangana off?
No, I think access is not a problem for us anymore. I think everyone.
She says no. Off with her head. No, sorry. What?
I think what when I started it 3 years back, that time people used to celebrate an open champagne bottle on 50,000 views. So that was the small size of this medium. Today, an average viewer of anything decent gets around 1 million viewership. So I think like what happened with television, like once the stars and once the filmmakers and the parts that we realized that okay, this medium which is television serves 10 million people, 20 million people. So let's be on that screen and let's promote ourselves or the movies or our work. And I think that is what has happened. I think there is no science to it. There is no trade secret. What happened? This medium, internet, gathered a lot of traction. So we now have 3 million, 5 million viewership. And who wouldn't want to cater to that? Who wouldn't want to talk to that?
So basically, you're safe and Rajiv and I are messed up.
Yes.
है ना? ये यही बोल रहा है.
I think so. I mean, I don't hope so, but yeah. But anyway, half of them have stopped talking to Rajiv, and because of his latest incident, he has stopped talking to the other half. So I think I was just gazing for an awkwardness between the hug, so that I could know whether he has done some bad review of her. And
No. Kanina talks to both of us. We're good.
I have tremendous respect for,
Thank you. No, but
Rajiv and Anu.
Kanina, tell me, what do you look for in an interview?
I don't go with expectations, Anu, because I feel that I've been there for a while now, and I've been through interviews where they don't even allow you to complete your answer. They ask you a question and like, "Acha, okay, usko chhodiye." Okay, fine. So you don't want to go with any expectation, and you just want to go with the flow. That is what I look for. But like you do have people like when I go for your interview, I definitely look for great conversations and great angles which I must have not explored in my mind. Like the questions that you asked me, I never really, sat back or thought about them or ever, sort of, went through making those decisions the way I, that day spoke about it. So, yeah, so I think it depends, like I said, depends a lot on the interviewer and how comfortable they make you feel. And the intent of the person also, when they're asking you questions, you just, like someone like me who at 28 has seen, half the world, like I know when I see a person that what that person is seeking from me, and sometimes you give them what they want, sometimes you don't. I'm pissed today, I don't want to give any sensational lines. And sometimes, the conversation is so genuine and the person is genuinely wanting to know who you are, and we are more than happy, like who is not more than happy telling them who we are, how we got here, and what makes us. Even the film companion thing we did, you asked
The
me
masterclass,
the
yeah.
masterclass. You asked me about the depths of the craft, that I've developed over the years, and I can't share that with anyone. Like even sometimes then if I tell Rangoli I cracked this like that, my sister or my brother, they'll be like, wow, so they won't understand that language, so. So I was so happy to talk about it, and you valued it. So for me, it was something that I treasure and I value as well.
And what's the one thing that really pisses you off?
Well, it depends on the kind of day it is, but usually, of course, like the shallow conversations and obviously the repetitive question, and the person is recording and taking your interview just because they are asked to. And they have to go back with that interview, and you were just one of those people. Like they just kind of
It's a job.
It's a job, and you have to just give those repetitive lines. बहुत अच्छा लगा इनके साथ काम करके, बहुत ही प्रोफेशनल हैं, टाइम पे आ जाते हैं, और मुझे भी अच्छा. और एक आखिरी क्वेश्चन. They cut you off in between because they have to go. So you meet all kind of people.
It's funny she says that because as journalists, now I know I make sure that I don't ask those questions because that's exactly the answer you're going to get. What was it like to work with this person? Like she's going to tell you that he was a pain and it was horrible and I never want to work with him again. She's never going to tell you that, right?
Exactly.
Maybe you, Anu.
But another thing that, just kind of drives you mad is, वो अपनी film का dialogue सुनाइए.
I think that's. I mean, we as viewers also get very. What is that?
Okay, like it took me 3 days to, do that, and how can I do it here now? Okay, dialogue नहीं सुना सकते तो can you please dance?
Really?
On that song, please. No, it's okay. We can, we have to wrap it. One thumka, please. Like, You know, so I don't know, people do that. I mean, actors are very gracious and very nice who do that. I've never got off my chair and done a thumka for anyone or things like that. You know, and I make sure that I convey that to them, that, you know, I don't look at my craft like that, where I can just get up anytime and do the kind of things that I, you know, do in movies. I respect my work, and I cannot, and it's impossible for me to display a word from my character or a particular nuance, you know, on TV, television, like that. So I think somewhere media needs to have that sort of respect for, I don't say that every actor approaches their craft like that, not all of us, but you know, like everyone has a different approach. There are ones who are so charming that they would love to actually get onto this table and, you know, charm you all and, you know, seduce you all, but all of us are not the same, you know. Few people have their own personalities, and I think interviewers somewhere tend to think all actors are just the same, you know. Like, I am so shy, like every time I try to get on stage, do a show or anything, I've had like major panic attacks and palpitations and things like that. I can never dance on stage. Most of the time I don't go for awards because I get so nervous, and I am here today because it's you, or I don't usually do, you know, like very personal, intimate this thing, because I have fucked up way too many times. and you know, I hope to keep to myself, and so कहते हैं ना, अपनी इज्जत अपने हाथ में होती है.
Arnab, do you think comedy is the key to breaking images, to getting a different spin on celebrity?
Yeah, I think since the time of Premchand only, whenever we have tried to tell truth to the society, or we have tried to deal with it, if you deal with it in any other manner other than comedy and humor, I think it has faced very dramatic and bad consequences. When we created Barely Speaking with Arnab, a lot of people think that, okay, it's a show where but the whole agenda was, we were inspired with a couple of shows, like there is one show called Between Two Ferns, and there's a show called Ali Ji in the House. And there is, of course, some inspiration from Mr. Rajiv Masand, the way he, you know, he reviews the movies. So we thought that why not humanize the guests? I think, you know, because when we imagine that when a celebrity talks to her friends or his friends, they talk to them like people. And when you talk to your friends, you बोलते अरे यार तू क्या कर रहा है यार, क्या बेवकूफ़ी कर रहा है, तू क्यों ऐसे कर रहा है, और बोलते हैं हाँ यार ये गलती हो गई यार मेरे से यार, मुझे नहीं करना चाहिए था ये. I think that conversation is a part of us being human. It cannot be that somebody has become a star, then he has stopped having that conversation. And we just try to capture that. So even, I mean, when Shah Rukh, whose stakes are so high, and he was willing to sort of come on stage and face these questions, forget that. When Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who is like a politician, who is a leader, who is having his own...
You recently had him on your show.
Yeah, he is recently having, I think he keeps having things. So he, imagine the man who is always in the midst of something. He agreed to be on the show.
And so they had Arvind Kejriwal, and then they had the fake Arvind Kejriwal.
Yeah.